We're back at the 2024 Pan Jiu-Jitsu Championships in Kissimmee, Florida. We got the Roosterweight final coming up. Thalison Soares on the left in the white gi, Rodnei Barbosa in the blue gi on your right.
Rodnei Barbosa versus Thalison Soares. Thalison coming into this match with a 29-0 victory in the semifinal.
Thalison won the Pans back in 2022. Also won the Worlds that year. Looking for a second Pan title. Had a match with Rodnei Barbosa back at the No-Gi Worlds a few years ago. That was the final where Thalison won by 2 points.
Thalison immediately working to build that pressure that he has been putting on display the entire weekend. Deep underhook with his right arm, and his head is close to Rodnei Barbosa.
Seen a lot of Talison's amazing guard work over the years. The Pans, I feel like we've seen more of his passing.
Yeah, I wonder if that's by design. Training with the Mendez bros at AOJ, definitely they're scientific with their game planning. Up by an advantage for coming up from that double guard pull, and now inching his way into a conventional half guard here. Seems as he's acquired that real estate, so he's going to move on to a double underhook potentially.
Trying to free his right knee from that half guard for Rodnei Barbosa.
A very traditional half guard passing idea here by Thalison Soares, just using his left hand very simply to push on the knee, and there's little that Rodnei can do with his own hand against the leg. So Thalison is able to cut through. Rodnei doing what he can to regather the leg, but looks like Talison's going to step into that three-quarter mount that we've been seeing all weekend.
Rodnei pushing Talison's left knee away from him, trying to create some space. Avoid that mount position. Thalison with a deep underhook, really good head positioning.
Good recovery, at least momentarily, by Rodnei Barbosa, keeping his wits about him. Trying to feed that lapel through. Now this is sort of a lifeline for Barbosa. It's going to make it very difficult for Thalison to comfortably go to mount. Just Thalison kind of needs to keep that right arm in the underhook. Because as Rodnei is going to continue to try to bump with his knee, pull up with his right arm, and keep that lapel grip, he can turn that into a deep half guard situation. He can turn it even into coming up on a sweep. We saw that earlier today.
Thalison trying to free that right foot, using his left leg. But like you said, Jake, that lapel grip really saving Rodnei Barbosa in this position.
So Talison's underhook has become more shallow. Rodnei looking for an opportunity to get up. He has both lapels fed under the legs. So if he's able to find an opportunity to explode and get to his knees, he would have a great shot at a sweep from here. Score still only one advantage in favor of Thalison Soares, even though he has this great position.
Five minutes, 25 seconds left This is your Rooster weight final here at the 2024 Pans. Thalison Soares on top, trying to pass the guard of Rodnei Barbosa. Up one advantage so far in this match.
Now Barbosa has a grip with his right hand. On the leg. This is one of those positions where Thalison Soares has to be careful how he moves forward too. He doesn't want to give up space to where Rodnei can explode and utilize both of these grips to turn this into a sweep situation. This is a position where neither of them are really stalling, because Rodnei has to wait for the opportunity and Thalison has to wait for Rodnei to let go.
We saw earlier today when a competitor had a similar gripping situation that Rodnei has on bottom, kind of waited for a moment and then exploded and came up for the sweep. Is that what you're expecting out of Rodnei Barbosa?
Yes, in that match that you're talking about, it was Scooby on top, who we'll see later on in the absolute final. He was on top, and the moment that Marcus Scooby leaned away, he got swept with this exact gripping sequence. And now you see Rodnei using it to get under the leg. This is another situation in which he could make this grip orientation powerful for him.
Thalison feeding the lapel to his right hand underneath Rodney's right leg. Maybe trying to pull himself in closer, put a little bit more pressure on Rodnei with that right knee.
Hipping up a little bit to knock Thalison Soares down. Now feeding that left arm under to maybe bring the leg up to his shoulder.
Two minutes, 40 seconds left. Thalison Soares currently up two advantages over Rodnei Barbosa.
Just a little over 2 minutes. This Rooster weight final.
Thalison trying to take that right foot out of this position. Rodney's got a good grip with his left hand, covering the heel with his left elbow. Now switches to an underhook grip on that right leg of Thalison.
Notice Thalison always keeping a grip on the right leg, and that's what that lapel really is doing for Thalison Soares. It's keeping Rodnei from being able to come up to his feet and finish this takedown. You see how he can't put his right leg down to the ground. He can't force him into a position where he can get up. So in order for Rodnei to get out of this position, he's going to need to take his right leg out of that position entirely. Maybe put his right foot flat on the leg and use that to get out. He's going to have to get creative, because with 1 minute and 12 seconds, a sweep would win the match. But Thalison remaining resolute with that grip. Now Barbosa locking the closed guard. Stepping over and putting the pressure once again, Thalison Soares. when he is given room to work, is very effective in the passing department. Just 15 seconds away from capturing the Pan title.
Using pressure to get right to that half guard position. And that should just about do it for this Roosterweight final. Thalison Soares is going to capture his second black belt Pan title. Defeats Rodnei Barbosa by 3 advantages. And that's a 5th gold medal for AOJ on the day as well, Jake.
Guy Mendez has been in that seat many a time today, and he will continue to stay there for our next match. Diego Pato and Malachi Edmond.
And your 2024 Pan Male Roosterweight Champion is
Thalison Soares is your Roosterweight champion here at the 2024 Pans. Defeats Rodnei Barbosa in the final.